we were doing a podcast, not making a porn.
All right. Somebody said something about a waterbed upstairs.
Now your voice is not very loud in my ears.
Check.
No, it's still pretty quiet.
1, 2, check.
That's better, yes.
Check,
now my voice is kind of loud.
Turn you down.
Yeah, you don't want to. You definitely don't want me to be loud.
Check.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I think we're even. It's weird because normally I have us pretty even, but
I don't know. Maybe I can't hear as well.
Maybe. Or actually, no, you're right though. I noticed it too. Maybe I'm not talking loud enough.
All right, I forgot. Is this the
check?
This is the brown. All right.
That is the brown, the American brown ale. All right. So let's get the intro out of the way.
Somebody was asking earlier what number this was,
and I said,
frankly, I had no idea. I guessed 50. I had to be around that. I know I was not in one of them, so
yeah, we had.
I might have forgotten that one.
We had a bonus, and then we had an actual podcast with a good friend of mine, D. Scott from Kiss 102.3. But let me do. Let's. I'm going to knock the intro out. All right, coming up in today's podcast, we don't really have a plan. We've got a lot of beer. We have a laundry list of beers that we want to drink today. One of which that comes in a very special bottle that we all know very, very well. It's the Grolsch. We also have.
I'm actually not sure that the younger listeners, if there are any, so I guess I'm being very presumptuous.
Well, it's whenever you see one of these
if
bottles.
If there are any younger listeners, they may not remember because, like, I want to say, I'm digressing already. Those bottles now, if you get them in a bar, usually have a regular, like a pop top, not even a twist. But
these are almost impossible to find. I found
I mean, I'm gonna at least keep one of the bottles.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, if you want, you can have the rest of them.
Oh, see, look at that, friends. That's what are friends for.
All right, so that's coming up in this next
that was
hour
a tough
or so.
Intro right there, huh?
Hell yeah! And then also, there was a fight. Mike Tyson fought.
I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it too.
I did something mildly illegal, probably.
All right. Well, we may or may not discuss that coming up here in the next.
It's too late now. I guess we admit it. Unless you edit this, which is I've found you have lacked and not done a good job of lately.
Yeah, I don't really edit so much anymore.
Yeah.
But all right, that's all coming up in the next few minutes.
The Capital Brew Podcast with 20 North Dave and Nick Lee. What's brewing in the 518?
All right, so how'd you find out that there were certain things that I was leaving in?
Somebody told me.
That we mentioned
Obviously,
about editing.
Somebody ratted you out. Yep.
Because I know you don't listen to the podcast.
They ratted you out.
But the thing is I probably, every time you say edit something, I have every intentions of doing it unless it makes for good content. And there was something that, there's been a couple things. I edit most of it, but there's been a couple of things that I've left in there. Mostly, too, because sometimes we will go on and talk about something for 20 minutes, and the it wouldn't make contextual sense if we
took it out.
Yeah,
I guess so. See, I leave all that technical stuff to you.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm gonna have to trust you.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to defer to you, sir.
What am I drinking? What is this?
I have no idea. This is not the brown.
No. Oh, you got this? The same thing?
What did you ask for? The Mad Jack.
Yes, I got the Mad Jack. I believe this is the Bellevue Pilsner. Or Bellevue.
No, the Mont Pleasant
Porter.
Yes.
Not Bellevue. Wrong.
You were
wrong
right city, wrong neighborhood.
I mean, they're not that far apart.
No, they're not.
I grew up over here by Union, so I wasn't from that part of town.
I'm not even sure what Union would be considered. Goose Hill, maybe still, or
Goose Hill. I grew up around Goose Hill.
Goose
in and
Hill,
around.
or I guess parts of it downtown. Really, if you think about it.
We call it like a Union Street neighborhood because you got
Union Street is pretty much now down here is downtown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it goes on. Then you got Upper Union, which is more
considered
Port Niskuna.
Yes.
We've got obviously downtown. We've got the Stockade. We've got
Bellevue,
Mount Pleasant,
Woodlawn.
Can't forget about Woodlawn.
Yep.
I'm sure
I'm forgetting something in some Schenectadean.
Yeah,
Did I say it? Schenectadean.
Schenectadian
Is screaming at me. You idiot! You forgot.
That's right. You're from Burnt Hills?
No, I grew up in Glenville. Actually, I went to Burnt Hills, Boston Lake, but I grew up in the town of Glenville.
That's where I'm looking to move eventually, hopefully, if I find something, if I can make money again.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that works out,
Well, we
I don't see a lot of favorable things happening on the news.
Yeah.
Regarding getting back to a more normal state, I see a lot of what do you call it? Explode, like the opposite of what we were hoping to see.
Yes.
I guess you might say. A lot more cases being discovered, which is not a good thing.
No, but we skated by this first closure.
Yeah, we did, but that doesn't mean we're out of the woods.
Nope. What is it? So it's a rolling.
Like it might be another 9 or 10 days or something like that. I forget what it was, but
And I heard
obviously
it was by
at any
zip code.
time that if they find if they find that things are unacceptable, they can pretty much shut it down on a moment's notice.
I heard it was by zip code.
Unfortunately.
Did we get any more clarification on
I
that?
don't know. To be honest with you, that's something I certainly should
That would be nice.
know.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I've been getting a lot of the information right off like Spectrum News.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I hate to say, there's not a lot of available news like coming out of like the. Where would you look? The SLA or do you call it? Call the
governor?
governor's office.
Yeah, bro, you closing me down?
Right? Like, come on.
We need more.
Come on, have a
ventilators.
heart. I had to spend all that money on a bridge.
Yeah. Which one? The new
Right.
exit 3, and then we got the Tappan Z, which I will
which is
refuse
not
to call
called
any, I
anymore.
won't call it anything but the Tappan Z.
Well, I guess it's not the Tappan Z anymore.
Bro, today was insane.
Yeah, we totally got lost there.
Yeah. Well, I'm like today. I filled obviously I got the new job, and they had me filling in another location. It was nonstop. I had we figured this out while I was working. I was supposed to get out at 5:30, go home, grab the beautiful Jessica, and when I got home, the beautiful Jessica, before you had texted me, our plan is our friend Jesse Downing, who's been on the show before,
Yep.
is having a little bit of we're going to have dinner tomorrow. Jesse, myself, Jess, Jesse's girlfriend. We're going to have like a little if you want to go, I'm inviting you.
Oh, thank you. I've got plans, but
I'm inviting you to Jesse's house.
I mean, I'm sure he appreciates you.
Yeah. So we're going to his house tomorrow, and so Jess and I were going to go and buy like a bottle of wine and some beer after work to bring to the dinner.
Very cliche.
Yeah, right. But
Yes. Yep. It's like you're on Seinfeld. Or
so
Friends.
I get home, I go flying through
You should
the door.
bring beer or something. Be original.
I was going to bring. I'm
Bring
bringing
some
beer.
like Doritos.
No, you want to know what I got him? I got him some Industrial Arts pocket wrench.
There you go.
Yeah, that was we had
See,
that before.
that's original.
Yes, that was a good beer.
Right? Yeah. You're not just showing up with some mixed red wine that'll sit on the shelf for.
Exactly. Well, she likes to drink wine. She's a wine connoisseur. So if Jess brings a bottle of wine, it's going to be a good bottle of wine. But anyway, I was supposed to get out at 5:30. By the time I got out there, it was 6:10. I went flying home, flying through the door. I'm like, all right, let's go. She's like, what are you talking about? I look over on the couch. She's in her pajamas.
Wow.
It looked like she had just gotten out of the shower. She was wrapped up on the couch in a blanket.
Fully in the not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not
position.
going nowhere. Like, did you not? And then I'm like, we gotta go. She's like, what are you talking about? Where are we going? I was like, well, I got a podcast, and we gotta go. We're supposed to leave, right? She's like, I'm not ready. I'm like, all right, peace. I just left. I took off.
Uh-oh, now you're in trouble.
I probably am.
So we make this quick for the benefit of you and our listeners and your relationship.
Yes.
I'm sure that my fiance would appreciate it as well. She's feeling a little tired. Her job has really gotten her.
Yeah, did she start something new?
She was doing some FedEx, and she has found that it's a lot of physical work and some mental stress.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Trying to figure out what when you're in a strange area, you don't live there, you're not familiar with it.
Yeah.
And you got to run. You got this much time to get this many packages to this many places. It can be pretty stressful. I understand.
Yeah.
And then she it's a lot of physical work.
Yeah.
So I applaud her sucking it up and doing it.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Makes my job look easy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Hanging out, looking good,
I'm not gonna lie.
drinking beers.
Hell yeah. I my job before. It was stressful, but like I do now, I deal with like the public. Like before, I didn't deal with the public. It was marketing. I did write commercials, do content, that kind of stuff. Now I'm dealing with customers, and it is exhausting. And it's stressful, and people get. I had somebody literally look at me yesterday, just like this. I know our listeners can't see, but like she looked at me and she's like, "What are you, slow?"
Now, to describe his look is like, wow, that was really cruel of that woman to look like that.
Like it was almost as if she was angrily asking a serious question. Like she thought that I was meant
Not
to...
almost. It sounds exactly
Yeah.
like, not almost.
She thought that there was something wrong with me. And she even said, is there something
You
wrong
should
with
have gone with it. Like maybe, like, I have a learning disability or something. It's sexlexia. Nobody will even know what that even is.
But yeah, either way, man.
Sexy learning disability.
So if I can imagine for her, like I'm out of my element, and I'm sure it'll get easier as time goes on. And the same with her. Like if she was to do it, like I'm assuming this is a temporary thing for the holidays.
What is?
What she's doing?
No, well that was going to be her job.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works out.
Awesome.
Anyway,
I imagine it'll get easier. So yeah,
I hope so for her sake.
Today was crazy. Today's nuts.
So we didn't even do any beers yet.
I'm drinking this this Mount Pleasant Woodlawn porter.
Bellevue.
You know what's funny? My dad worked for Bellevue Builders pretty much his
the
entire
place
life.
is legendary.
Yeah.
I was going there with my dad when I was a little kid.
Yeah. My dad's been...
I mean, as a little kid, you go to a place like that, it's like,
My dad worked there in high
it's
school.
like Disneyland for tools and stuff.
He worked there for when he was in high school. He worked there until he left for the military. Then he was gone with the military. When he got out of the military, he went back working there for a couple years. He left to go do... he ran a glass company, did a couple different things, and then ended up back at Bellevue Builders until COVID.
Wow. So anyway, you've got the Mount Pleasant Porter. I haven't really tried that.
It's caramelly.
I've always wondered, and we should know about this because I'm trying to learn about beers. Like, really, what's the difference between a porter and a stout?
Stout, that's a good question.
You know what I mean? Like, pretty much everybody knows ales and pilsners. It's pretty obvious the difference. But like, sometimes people look at it like, is that a porter or stout? Like, even by like what I don't even know. It must be. I'm guessing it's what the recipe calls for.
Yeah, I imagine maybe
porters
more
have to be something. Yeah, like have to be a different recipe than a stout. I have no idea though.
Yeah.
Because often you see
maybe it's a different process.
Well, often you see you'll see a coffee porter and also a coffee stout or a chocolate porter, chocolate stout, and you wonder like, okay, they obviously both can be done in similar ways.
For sure.
What? I mean, I notice that stouts tend to be like lighter and like less sweet.
Yeah.
Porters tend to be more almost syrupy sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. It's got
like
a very
syrupiness
caramel
to it.
What's the word? Vanilla taste to it, and it's sweet. It's got a sweet taste to it.
But I don't know if that's true for I don't know what. Like I said, so sorry, listeners, we have no information on that front.
We never claim to be professionals,
right? But it's tasty.
It is.
And you said you just tried to add a little vanilla to it. Well, at least you can still get it. They're still making. Oh wait. I'm going to check that. I think I'm not sure that they're making the porter right now.
Oh, they might have stopped?
That might have been just a fall thing. They
it's
might have moved on.
Year,
because I don't think they do it year round. And also the Wolf's Hollow, this
I feel
brown.
Like this is more carbonated than
a porter usually is.
Yeah.
That's also something else. Like porters almost seem like they're flat.
Yeah.
A lot of times, not that they are. But
sorry, I thought it was the other way. I think this is a little bit more carbonated. The porter.
Porters, I would say, in my experience, porters are usually less carbonated than stouts. You notice porters almost seem like they're flat a lot of times.
Actually, you know what? You might... Whatever. Me trying to figure it out, I've almost killed this entire beer.
Good for you.
Yeah, I know. So, the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Who won that fight?
I don't even know.
Are you serious?
I got to be honest with you.
I was curious to know if you felt the same way I did.
Well, because of the way I was trying to get the fight, at the end of it, I was having a real difficult time getting it, and I kind of gave up.
I did the same thing.
I saw a good chunk of it, but it got difficult. My phone was bouncing this and that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Watch it on your phone.
Well, yeah, essentially I watched it on my phone. There's a lot of streaming sites that you can use that are, So I was streaming, but it ended up being, I don't know if it was my own phone or it was my service or even like the place
there was problems
I
with
was
the
streaming it from. They may have been like trying to cut it off from being streamed. I don't know. I ended up seeing a lot of it, or a good chunk of it, and like I gotta say, Mike Tyson looked really good.
Really good.
I'm like, I don't know that if maybe Roy Jones was it?
Yeah.
I don't know that if he didn't approach it with the same intensity that Tyson was.
You had Dad Bod Roy Jones Jr. I mean, he didn't even look like he worked out.
It wasn't
more.
like he was getting beat up, but he didn't seem like his heart was in it.
Yeah.
Whereas Tyson
was
seemed
like, let's go.
He was ready to throw down.
He came into that ring fit.
Yeah, he looked really good. He looked quick. Yeah, he was good.
What he was known for is, as far as moving, he was dipping out of punches. His head movement was great. His punch speed was great. His power looked pretty good.
Yeah.
The only problem is that Roy Jones Jr. basically said, I have a game plan. I'm not really going to work out a whole lot for it, because he was huffing and puffing that entire fight for almost.
They did a lot of what is it? Wrapping up.
Yeah.
Whatever. Clinching.
Yeah, clinching, exactly.
Clinching.
So he would kind of do that. I'm not looking at you, punch at you, and then run over and hug him.
Yes.
When Mike Tyson would start to throw a fury.
Yep. He just would not allow him to get into a rhythm.
Distance, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing.
It would be like punch, and then clinch.
The best way to avoid a power punch or the power from a punch
is
close.
Yeah.
Because you can't get that power behind it.
Don't let him wind up.
And he said Mike still hurt him.
Oh, yeah. Well, he hit him pretty hard a few times. Like, dude, I don't care if you're a professional boxer. Nobody wants to get hit by Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I don't care, if he's 54.
But he handled it really well. Like, Roy Jones didn't get, angry. I didn't notice him getting, angry or frustrated. He pretty much let Tyson do a couple things and then basically wrapped him up and said, all right,
Well, I feel by far...
From what I saw, like I said, I didn't see the end of it.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were throwing down at the end.
I mean, if I was to score it, at no point in time did Tyson lose a round.
No.
I will say that maybe there was a 9-9 round in there.
No.
But for the most part, it was 10-9 all the way across, and then at the end they called it a draw.
Yeah.
And I thought that was bad, But I thought
it wasn't the point
of
the fight wasn't the point of who wins. It was just it was an exhibition essentially, right?
Yeah, exactly. It
Didn't
matter.
There's no title, just bragging rights. Payday though.
Yeah, and it was for me. I mean, it was a $50 fight. I paid $50 for it.
Did
I was
you?
supposed to.
Am I going to get in trouble now? The cop's going to be knocking on my door.
I don't know.
I just admitted.
Nobody listens.
Maybe we should edit that part out.
But well, no. I mean, you had an app on your phone and you watched it. That's all we need to say.
Yeah.
Because I can put the fight on my. I can take that app right now, put it on my phone, and you and I can watch it right now again.
Yeah, it's over now.
Yeah. I will say who did win a fight that night. Jake Paul.
Who?
Jake Paul.
I don't know who that is.
Did you see the fight beforehand?
Oh, I didn't watch anything. Just that.
All right,
that. I didn't watch anything.
So Jake Paul is a social media millionaire, basically. He's a kid who started a YouTube channel and a Twitch channel, and he made millions off of his videos and stuff. So he put out a product that's pretty good. He got raided by the FBI not too long ago.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep, they in California confiscated a couple of guns from him. His brother is a professional fighter, Logan Paul, and this was Jake Paul's second fight. So Jake Paul is, like I say, he's a social media guy. He did a lot of training. He trained with, I forget what team he trained with, but he did a lot of training. He fought Nate Robinson, who was a professional basketball player. The first guy that Jake Paul first fought he was a professional fighter, but he was a new fighter, just like Jake Paul, and he wasn't. I wouldn't call him a professional athlete. I wouldn't Nate Robinson is a professional athlete. He played basketball for years. He's won awards for slam dunk contests. He spent his whole life working out and being a professional athlete. So he's got some abilities. Jake Paul, it's his second fight. It's the first time it's a real good matchup for him. He knocked him out cold in the second round. It was one of the more brutal knockouts I have ever seen. I watch a lot of MMA. I watch a lot of boxing.
You mean when you say knocked out cold, he was out?
Oh, my God. I thought he was
like
dead.
A real out. Oh, wow, jeez.
So what happened was...
You don't see that often, when a guy actually goes out.
No. Yeah, no. He was still a little loopy. He complained at one point in time they got punched in the back of the head. And then when I first watched it in real speed, I thought he did get punched in the back of the head, but they did the replay, and he clearly got punched in the ear. But then that was at the end of the first round, because what happened is Nate would come flying in with a fury of punches, trying to knock out, like the old Mike Tyson would come running in punching, but then he would hug and clinch with Jake Paul. So towards the end of the first round, Jake Paul was kind of sidestepping and bopping him. And in the second round, he comes out, and again, Nate rushed him. He sidestepped him, bopped him, and knocked him out. It was
I didn't see any of it.
Oh, it was insane. And then he gets off. He called out. Who's the? Oh my God, Conor McGregor. He called out Conor McGregor. Said he wanted to fight him before the fight, and then after the fight, he said, "Let's do it." And then Conor McGregor put out a video laughing into his phone and said, "Yeah, I'll fight you." So.
Wow! See that's good. That's good press.
Yes, that was a good fight, though.
I
mean, I was surprised.
I missed it. Boxing doesn't have the same aura that it had when we were younger. In terms of like, wow, the build up like for months. You're gonna get the fight. Yeah, we're gonna go see it at my uncle's.
What was
place.
the last fight that you've seen like that?
I couldn't even tell you. I got
De La Hoya versus
actually
Mayweather.
watched a fight.
I would say De La
couldn't even
Hoya
tell you.
versus Mayweather, or even like also what's his name, Pacquiao versus like.
It had to be one of those guys. But I
those fights
couldn't
had a
even
lot
tell
of
you.
hype
Yeah,
to them.
I couldn't tell you though.
And then Conor McGregor versus anybody versus Mayweather.
Yeah, he was amazing. Amazing. I poured us a little London, a little Fuller's.
An English ale.
Fuller's is English. I think most people will know Fuller's when they briefly had some popularity by their ESB.
Oh yeah.
I think it was called Extra Special Bitters.
Oh, nice.
I think that's what it was. Simply says it's an Fuller's London Pride Original Ale. So we're trying basically I guess you would say a traditional English ale.
There's something in it that I really like. I'm sorry I cheated. I just took a sip.
You did, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. I already know this is my favorite style of beer, pretty much. So
that's why I picked it out for you.
yeah, see, that's delicious. It has a little bit of flavor as soon as you taste it,
Oh, and okay.
and then it changes when
Yes,
completely,
that back end taste is the one. It's the part that I really really like.
which is nice because it's
Yeah.
like pretty clean.
Yeah.
It's not like you like an IPA where you keep tasting it
Yeah.
every time you swallow.
There's a noble hop in there, obviously, and I think that's that's causing that flavor.
Well, you know that traditionally English ales are very light in hops.
Yeah.
It's mostly all barley. Obviously there is hops in it, but it's not. I think, remember we were talking before, like the area where English ale is made, hops don't grow well.
Oh, yeah.
So they have a very limited amount of choices. So their beer is not hoppy.
Yeah.
Unless
There was a Sam Adams made a Noble Pils, which was a Pilsner, but they used a couple of Noble hops in it. I don't think it was a lot, but it was and whatever I'm tasting in this, and that's one of my favorite beers ever, is that Noble Pils. Whatever I'm
the
tasting,
Sam Adams one.
Yeah,
That was very not popular.
really, I love it.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you, like,
Bro,
Sam
love
Adams
it.
had some notorious busts.
Yeah, I love that one.
I wish my brain doesn't work very good. The Noble Pils was one of them. The
That was the
Spring
fall beer.
Ale,
Yeah,
another notable bust. There's one other one, and of course I can't think of it right now because
Latitude
obviously the
34 or
Oktoberfest and the summer ale have been traditionally the same thing for forever.
Yeah.
And the winter lager for most of that time, it's always the spring one
Yeah.
that's rotated around. It's been like 3 or 4 different beers.
well, that Noble Pils was a fall beer. That was their fall beer.
no,
It was one they released in the fall for like 3 or 4 years in a row.
I'll say that was one of the spring beers.
What is it?
Yes. Anyway, doesn't matter. So
Maybe you're right. this
Fuller's is if you're looking for something that's
No, you
like
are
you
right.
see, a lot of people are still looking for IPAs. They're still
Yeah.
all over. But I have found some people I've talked to are I'm not saying fed up is the word, but they're tired of having that as being the only choice,
Yeah.
IPAs. And it's nice when someone says, "Oh my God!" After the last few years of drinking almost nothing but IPAs, when you sit back and you taste like a traditional English ale, you're like, "Wow, that really has a great flavor that I didn't even remember, or I didn't realize, or I'd forgotten about."
Yeah.
And say to yourself, "Wow, there's a lot of merit in that beer."
For sure. Like this beer, like when I first said, it's got a very malty flavor in the front, and then just an ever slight hint of a hop at the end, and I like it. I didn't think it was
I want
really
to say
good.
thanks for bringing that.
Yeah, no problem.
Made me very happy. You're laughing today. Somebody said something like "shit your britches,"
Yeah,
and I thought about it. I'm like, britches. That's like a term that like nobody uses anymore. And I'm like, britches, like it's got to mean like pants.
yeah,
I'm like, and then I thought maybe it's underwear.
Yeah.
But we ended up looking it up.
yeah,
And it basically it means any pants.
yeah.
And then my buddy says, he goes, what about dungarees.
Dungaroos.
Nobody does anybody like
Oh, no,
nobody.
yeah, dungarees.
Dungarees, jeans.
Yeah,
like
Dungaroos was a kid snack.
like Dunkaroos, I think is what you're talking about.
Dunk, yeah.
I can't believe I knew that. So let's definitely edit that part. But he said dungarees, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, what are you, like 80 years old? Like nobody uses that anymore.
What are those,
like,
corduroys?
Like britches
Yeah.
and like people like those words that like you remember from your youth, but nobody uses anymore. Trousers. Also slacks.
Slacks. That's the one I was trying to think of.
Right? Slacks.
Yeah.
Like we had just
Nice
had a
pair
long
of slacks.
conversation. Like we realized that like nobody says blouse
Yeah.
anymore. Like nobody has like. Does anybody wear a blouse anymore? Which also reminds me of the Dave Chappelle show where he talked about when the Charlie Murphy stories when
with Prince.
they played basketball with Prince and like at the end of it he goes game blouses. Like nobody ever uses like that term. Like another one that we were talking about. My grandparents used to refer to their couch or sofa as a Davenport. You ever heard that?
I've heard it, but I didn't know that's what that was.
I think a Davenport might be
like a
a specific type of couch or a brand. I don't know for sure, but they always referred to the couch. Like, and when I was a young kid, I'm like, Mom, what the hell is a Davenport? You know what I mean?
My grandparents also used to
couch.
say, "Yeah, oh, really? That's crazy." My grandparents used to always say supper
Instead of dinner.
Yeah,
You think it's like a state, like soda and pop,
yeah, maybe.
right? Supper.
It always
I don't
made me
know.
think of it like a religious. Like on Sunday, you'd have Sunday supper.
Yeah, I don't think we didn't use supper. I think we usually said dinner.
Dinner, yeah.
Dinner's going to be at 6.
Yeah.
Nobody said supper. What do you get? Like,
What does that come
what do you
from?
like? Quakers or like Amish?
It makes me think of
Like
the
Amish
Last
people have supper. I'm not meaning to offend any Amish listeners out there, of which there are
Of course
none.
there will be.
Okay.
I don't mean to offend those who are not listening due to religious reasons.
Well, does a tree fall? Whatever.
They don't drink and they don't do anything electronic.
So I don't have to worry about offending. See,
No.
that's great. We can
Yeah.
crush Amish
Yeah.
people, and they'll never know. But you know what? Maybe the Mennonites, because they hang out with Mennonites, they actually can like drive
can do
cars and
that.
stuff. They might be able. They might like.
Do we have
like walk
Mennonites
over
here?
there and be like, Jared Bediah, these guys are talking smack about, your carriage or something.
Yeah. Do we have we have a big population of Mennonites out here? I know we have Amish.
We have Amish, but I don't know. It's probably down in southwestern New York.
Yeah, we can be heard all over the world.
So I mean,
Out at my dad's house.
I don't
there's a
think
lot
their
of
carriages
Amish.
have radios, so we don't have to worry about.
Nope.
Wait, we're not even on the radio.
Nope.
It was my
We
faux
can
pas.
be if somebody's listening to us on their streaming device, like a cell phone in their car, and they drive by Amish people. They might be able to hear us making fun of the Amish.
That's very unlikely.
I
I'd
know.
say.
Nobody listens.
But yeah, I don't even remember why we were talking about the Amish people. I didn't want to offend our Amish listeners.
It was funny.
See, we lost it. This is why we're not professionals. Trousers.
Trousers. Sensible players slacks.
Nobody wears.
Those are very sensible slacks.
I want to say we should bring back those terms.
Yeah,
Dungarees.
we will. Next time we have a guest on, we're gonna start off
We
by
test people like these words that you might not know.
Yeah.
Like maybe the younger listeners would not know. Like dungarees. What the hell is that? Some sort of French term?
Next time we talk to like Mike over at Biden's, we're like, so what'd you have for supper last night?
Supper. That was it. The Last Supper.
Yeah, that's what supper makes me think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just never liked it. There's other words for dinner too.
Like I said, maybe we have to do like a survey in terms of
Do you say crayon
do you
or
say
crown?
crayon or a crayon?
Crayon, yeah, crayon. There's some people say crown, soda pop.
Soda and pop are distinctly split. Like Utica is like soda.
Yeah.
Syracuse is like pop.
Oh wow, that close.
Yes.
In Texas, I had cousins that would call soda water.
Like what kind of Coca-Cola
Yeah,
soda?
yeah. Like, oh, give me a soda water. Like,
They'd expect you to show up with a Pepsi?
I was thinking like a
I need
seltzer.
club soda. Yeah. I think club soda or seltzer or
And give that, and then
fishy water. They were talking about that the other right?
or tonic. Yeah.
Fishy water.
Vichy is French. What is Vichy water?
I don't know. I thought we talked about it on a podcast.
I did.
Maybe I had a conversation with somebody else.
Or maybe we had it and I didn't remember.
Vichy water was like you'd have it in like a, what? I think somebody described it to me as like a salty club soda.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't think I like salty.
I don't know for
alcoholic
sure.
drinks.
I don't know. But I think that's what somebody described it as.
Quinine in tonic can be a little salty, I guess.
Tonic's tough. It's the quinine. It's tough. I think it's like poison. It's tough. I remember when they were putting that. When you could get when I was younger, when you could get a gin and tonic, and you just had to buy the tonic, and it already had the lime and the quinine in it, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So you didn't even have to get
Fever Tree.
Like what?
Fever Tree.
Okay.
It's a high-end tonic that they put lime in, or
I was talking like Polar soda. Polar.
Yeah.
Classic local.
Seltzer.
Or Vichy. Yeah.
Actually, my favorite, if I'm gonna do, I like Fever Tree. If I'm making drinks with tonic, I like Fever Tree and I like Schweppes.
Schweppes.
What's wrong with Schweppes?
Schweppes.
Am I saying it wrong?
No, it's just like on the radio, Schweppes. Like Bill Schweddy.
I don't know how that happened.
Oh, Jesus. I'm not even going to say anything.
Don't. I reached in my pocket and I was like, there's a Lucy. I'm like, where'd that come from?
Unbelievable. See, that's, people are be more responsible with their things.
Hey.
All right. Are we done with this London Pride?
We are.
Which is delicious.
I enjoyed it.
There's still a little bit left in the bottle, so we should probably finish it.
Finish it.
I don't think our listeners care.
Like I said, I'm not keeping count tonight.
Oh, shit. That's all that was left?
Oh, I guess there wasn't much.
Damn. All right, well.
It's a lot of glass, very little fluid.
Yeah, well. It's,
9.
Yeah, it's not even 12 ounces. It's that English stuff. Yeah. The English system, which is actually metric. It's pretty amazing.
It's 330 milliliters.
Yeah, it's 11.2 ounces or something like that.
Yeah, 11.26 ounces.
How is it that the English use the metric system, but we use the English system?
You know what it is? It's because the English want to seem like they are drinking a lot more. So they'll sit there and say, we have 12 ounces. I had 330 milliliters.
They don't say that.
Nope. How big is that guy?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out. My eyesight is really fading. So
mine too.
I have no idea. It doesn't really matter. I was just curious.
I think it's more. I drank one of those. I had to drink one the other night. I smoked a cigar. You know how a couple nights ago it was really warm outside? We had some torrential downpours. Then it stopped and it was just really warm. I popped one of those bad boys open and drank it. You should open it up in the mic.
What's that?
You should open it up next to the mic.
I don't know if Ooh, yeah.
No, that's
wow, it's been a while since I've had one of these. I'm very excited, actually. The listeners have no idea what's going on yet. And, like I said, you don't see these very often. I consider these like the what here. No, I got it. Like the ideal German beer.
Yeah.
Like when you think German beer,
Grolsch.
This is it's probably, we're probably wrong. It's probably
Grolsch. It's from California.
Right. But yeah, when you think of a good fine Pilsner beer, this is what I would use for my example. For those people who are not listening or who missed it, Grolsch. And it comes in a beautiful green glass bottle with
heavy.
Classic style, and like you said, I can't describe it very well, but a classic. It's got a ceramic cork with a little rubber grommet, and then it's got a metal clip that you can actually reseal these bottles using the metal clip, and you can actually reuse them. And they're just very unique. You really do not see them.
I know that homebrewers like to use them.
Yes, because they're reusable. You know what I mean? The top stays sealed. But they're just the greatest bottle. When you see it, when you see a Grolsch bottle like that, like I said, they're very hard to find.
Yeah.
Usually, they have now traditional, caps.
Another beer that I have a hard time because we were talking about porters and stouts. Pilsners, like a high-end Pilsner and a high-end lager, have very similar taste to me.
Yes. And they're the ones that basically they say you can't really hide what you're doing. Like if you make a good beer, it's going to be good, and you can't really mask it. And like I said, if somebody's really thinking of a real Pilsner from a German Pilsner, this is light, just really excellent for any it's a type of beer really that's good for any summer, winter. Yeah. What regard spicy food
for sure. For sure.
It's just a good. That's why they're so popular.
Yeah. I noticed too that the higher end Pilsners will have a little bit of a darker look to it.
Yeah, it's not so light like a
Budweiser.
like a Bud. Yeah, that's exactly.
It's premium Pilsner beer.
I don't know why I didn't pour it all out. You might as well just pour the rest of it out for us.
This is 15.2 ounces.
It's almost a pint. Thank you. Yes, if you want a beer that basically goes with everything, that's your beer. Anybody can drink it.
That would go great with a black and blue.
Which is true for any beer, but
That would go great with a bruised almond.
dude, absolutely.
You guys start carrying these.
Oof. I can't even imagine what a 4-pack of those cost.
I don't even remember. I know I bought a 4-pack of the pocket wrench from Industrial Arts, and that was like $18.75.
Not inexpensive.
No.
Yeah. People are paying for it.
Yeah.
You know, there's a market for it. You know, and part of it is people are drinking less of them. So, you know, where traditionally somebody would have a 6-pack of, like you used before, Budweiser. Now someone will have 3. You know, of a what do we refer to them? Do we still refer to them as microbrews?
Yeah, I would for sure. I mean, it's not a powerhouse. It's not your Bud.
I mean, I hate to say it. Once you've moved beyond distributing yourself, I don't think you're a microbrew anymore.
No?
If you're being distributed by a regular distributor, I mean, I don't know.
What about if you still make your own lanes?
They self-distribute.
I know, but what about if you stop or if you're still making these kind of labels?
What do you mean?
Like, what if you still have stick-on labels, like stickers for labels?
You mean that's a
You should still be
a
considered
level of brewer?
Yeah,
Stick-on labels means you're a microbrew.
I think so.
Professional cans are
I would argue that.
I don't know. I think there's probably a number of a minimum number of kegs that you have to make to be beyond a microbrew. Probably you're right. Like pretty much anything below, obviously we've seen Frog Alley. Anything below that's probably a microbrew.
Yeah. Do you think so? The over/under is Frog Alley. Are they over? Or are they under?
They're probably over.
You think they're over?
Yeah. I mean, as I recall, what Rich
Yeah.
said that their capacity to do in one day
is
that's got to be above microbrew.
The only people who would do more, I think he said locally, was single cut.
Wait, single cut is the schmaltz, right?
It used to be.
Yeah.
And we should reach out to them. I should reach out to them. I still want to meet with Wolf's Hollow before I start venturing off too far.
I'm terrible.
And Back Barn.
Yeah, we were just talking about that today. Rit, one of my customers, and I were sitting there talking. He said it's out in Esperance.
Yeah, I know. I've been there.
Yeah.
I went there on my birthday.
He said it's pretty good.
2 years ago.
And like I said, you know what we didn't do? After this beer, we have to get a couple Back Barn. Actually, there's Steve right there. Let me see if I can grab him.
Okay.
And we'll get him. Hey, Steve, would you grab me a Back Barn? Yeah, just one. These
or two. No, get us, yeah, two.
Well, I don't want to drink a whole one.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I was going to split it. Yeah. I mean, we can drink a whole one. I was just going to split it. But, that figured, after...
For whatever I was thinking, he was going to give you one, and that it was going to be like that much.
Right. We don't even really need to give Grolsch their due. They're certainly not a local beer. They're older, Grolsch probably... Let me see. I bet you it's on here. They've probably been around since 16, 15, it looks like. That's a long time.
Yeah. 16,
it's longer
15.
than America.
Yeah. It's not more American than America, though.
America. But, like I said, people have gotten away from stuff like that. They look at... Thank you.
That's a nice pour.
They look at stuff like Grolsch. They're like, Grolsch, what's that? That's my, I'm too busy drinking, grandma's country IPA or whatever.
Yeah.
They got to come up with some crazy name, some absolutely crazy name. I guess, like superhero sidekick, like KCBC, for example.
I'm excited that you're becoming a fan of theirs.
One of their shticks is, their fancy name and their very artistic cans.
Yes, they do have some pretty neat cans. I think the first time I ever had one was over at Hunter's. I reached out to Jay recently and asked if he would come down and do one of these shows with us.
I know. The problem is we were time constrained. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it.
I know, but he never texted me back.
I don't know. Can't explain it. Maybe
maybe he changed his
maybe
number.
he was busy.
True.
Wow, it's a lot of beer here.
I like it.
Yeah, we gotta get down this Grolsch so we can get to the back barn.
Jess and I were supposed to go out to dinner tonight.
Oh boy,
but apparently she didn't come out, so I'm going to eat dinner here.
you are. When I get out of here, I'm going to go back and check on my fiance. She's not feeling it, so I feel bad. Sorry, we can move on to the whatchamacallit here.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to be hurry, but.
So do you think that's a bad call that I eat dinner here?
I would definitely not eat dinner here. I would definitely take dinner home to the fabulous.
The beautiful Jessica.
Yeah, fabulous is I think better, but
she's supposed to be here doing photos right now.
Oh, thank God.
Well, I can still bring her food home.
If you don't do that, you're going to be in trouble. You know that, right?
Maybe.
I mean, you don't have to bring it from here. I don't.
I like the food here. If you got to give yourself more.
That was pretty slick.
There you go.
Didn't spill a drop.
Nice.
Yeah, no. I mean, you can't blow her off and then not bring her food.
Is this still
Jesus.
The Schenectady Porter?
I have no idea. That's your beer. I haven't kept track of what you're drinking.
I thought I finished that.
You may have. I didn't like slip you another little bit of beer
This is crazy.
But yeah, you definitely. I mean, even like I said, even if it's not from here, you got to bring her something home.
I poured my beer out of here.
Aha.
This is what. So I'm.
That was the rest of the brown.
The pulpit supply. From
Great beer. Great beer.
Awesome beer. These guys do a great job. Can't wait to do our podcast with them.
I know. I really been slacking off. I keep forgetting to talk to him.
Well, here's the deal. I went to him. I went there one day, and he's like, "Oh yeah, have Dave reach out to me." I was like,
"Yeah, I know."
I was like, "You got a card?" So I was like, "I just have Dave reach out to me." Like, okay, I have Dave. And then you're busy. You have a business to run. So I mean, it's unfair for me to like I handle all the logistics. You handle content. Like that's your job. And you do a very good job at it.
Well, I've been terrible about talking to him. I keep expecting actually to see him, and I don't.
Where do you see him?
Like he'll stop in and talk to Eric about
cool.
What do you want, this and that, pick some stuff up. So yeah, I got to work on that.
What is this?
Now this is the back barn. Now I'm actually not sure which stout this is, so unfortunately for the listeners, I effed up and didn't do my homework. So if they have more than one stout and they hear this, they're going to be screaming at me. I'm not sure exactly which one it is.
Here's something the listeners might want to know is that you have temporarily taken a keg off the list to make room for this guy.
Yes, we did. We took off Fat Tire. Sorry, New Belgium. But, yeah, we got a keg of it. We figured, we got a local brewery. We're trying to support them. They're obviously not on one of the bigger distributors lists, so they came here specifically and asked if we would do that, and we said sure. We're trying to, support some local breweries, especially one up and coming. So we're getting a chance to try their beer. This is their, like I said, this is their stout, and unfortunately, I can't think of the name of actually what its name is.
It's a Back Barn stout. Back Barn produces some pretty good stuff. I don't know. I actually got you in some trouble with Back Barn. Did I ever tell you that?
Oh, you dancing on the bar?
No, I showed up one day. I was going out to a barbecue over the summer. It was actually a puppy birthday. So somebody had gotten a dog. It was the dog's first year. They had a barbecue. It was just a reason to go hang out in the woods. Whatever, that doesn't matter.
What'd you get the dog?
A collar.
I know you're making that up.
No, I'm dead serious.
Come on, stop. Don't show me the picture. It's okay.
No, I'm going to text.
Show the listeners.
I'm going to text a beautiful Jess. Oh man, I got a lot of texts here.
You're a popular guy.
All right, when she
I trusted you. You didn't have to show me.
Well, you called. You said I was making it up.
Wow. I'm sorry, listeners. This is terrible.
I don't have a photo.
I'm embarrassed.
I don't have a photo of the. She's not texting me back. I can still be lying.
She's probably mad at you for leaving her.
Here we go. I see the 3 little dots.
It says, "Bring me home some chicken wings, you loser."
Probably. I will bring her home some chicken wings.
That way, when she says, "No, I already ate," because you got here all angry, and I figured we weren't eating dinner. So
I would definitely edit that out.
like she's like,
Oh,
"What puppy?"
what puppy? Perfect. So what did you think of the back burner? Or back barn? Oh, my God. If I
I don't
keep
think
saying
I've
that,
even
they're
had a
going to
sip
punch
of
me.
it yet. Yeah, back burner. Well,
Back
first of
burner
all,
was a beer. I want to say it was made by, back seat burner. It was made by Otter Creek. Shit, they're going to be pissed at me, too. One of my employees is talking to me. I can't even hear a word he's saying.
well, really,
Yeah. I don't.
he wants to come join us. But
No, he
he's got
doesn't.
a pint.
Trust me. No, he doesn't.
It was a. What does it say?
It says we didn't get anything for the dog. What are you talking
Liar.
about? No, it's, what is it? Oh, eek, no. Oh,
Do
wait.
you like it? Uh-huh. So how'd you end up with it?
You have to drink it now. Somebody's got to drink it. It's all you now. You have to drink it. Who poured it? Who poured it? What's that? You poured it. Well, that's yours then. You know the rule. You know the rule. You got to pour it. You got to drink it. You know the rule. If you pour it, you got to drink it.
If you dealt it, you gotta
Yeah, exactly.
you gotta own up
You
to
killed it. You grill it.
That's a good one. I like that one.
You kill him, we chill him. Is it even more? Now I'll say this: as a stout goes, this is a very
Smoky.
chocolatey. You like, yeah, yes,
There's a smoky, chocolatey. There's some
absolutely. There's definitely maybe like coffee, like maybe
like coffee malt.
yes. I'm not even sure that's a real thing, but yes.
Well, what it is what we learned when we talked to Harry over at Grape Flats is that the longer you roast a malt, the different flavors come out. So different styles and different
Right.
lengths
This
of
has a chocolatey taste, but it may not have had any chocolate in it.
Exactly.
You know, that's a.
So they might have smoked.
And
this.
you're right. I think you're right because
Good point.
really, if you think it has a mild chocolatey, like almost like not a flavor, but like aroma. But it really, you're right. It's more like a roasted, a roasted stout.
Yeah, it's good.
Very different from Guinness.
Yes, very very different. Bro, I was working in Brunswick today. I rushed out of Brunswick, 40 minutes late out of work, home, grabbed my stuff,
Sprinted.
yelled at the beautiful Jessica who didn't deserve it, and flew down here.
I told you how to make it up.
Yes, I will bring her.
Did you
some
ask her?
links.
Now you're so busy talking about collars on your texting. Did
What
you
do
even
you want
ask
for
her if she
dinner?
wanted to eat something or if she had eaten something? Wow. He's
What?
so busy worrying about the collar thing that he hasn't even thought about getting something to eat.
I'm so busy.
for
I'm
the
so worried about
fabulous.
being right. All right,
And you, like I said, you can get anything. I think my employee's yelling at me right now.
You know, I think he said somebody else wants a sour.
Pat McDonald's here. He's a customer. See, no, that doesn't count.
No, Pat McDonald's here, so that's technically a customer. So we're not empty. All right, I think we shall spare our customers any more quiet time or boring stories.
There's one more beer that we want to try before we leave.
I don't know if I can do it.
The KCBC.
I don't know if I got it in me.
All right.
You
don't
mean,
need to have
is
it
it
in you.
really that important?
Nope. We have more podcasts to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to call it quits. I'm gonna have to say, oh, look at that.
Not a problem.
I don't even know what time it is.
Just
Okay.
boneless wings.
Que hora es? See, I'm telling you, good call right there.
Yeah.
I'm actually could probably do the same thing.
You say my relationship.
Yeah, oh yeah. All right.
I brought you a Grolsch. You say my relationship. We're even. I brought you this London, and you can take these too if you want them.
I will. Listen, I'll take one.
Take them all.
I had. Did I tell you about the Scotch ale I had at the house?
Yes.
I ended up drinking a good portion of it the other day. It was delicious.
How many? Like that's a strong beer.
It was, yeah, and I already had several before that. Let's just say that I didn't even know how many I had until I came out of the bedroom and saw how many were sitting on the coffee table.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. I had 6 of them. Good.
No wonder why I feel this way.
It was one of those nights. I'm like, oh, why does my head hurt? Oh, that's why.
Garlic parm.
See, just genius. Unless there's no orders in front of you.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna eat my food here, and I'm gonna bring her the rest of the food home.
That's fine. As long as you bring her something, that's all
I
that
will.
matters.
I will.
That's all she cares about. And I'm really getting off the hook on the KCBC.
You are. Unless you want to.
No, I'm just saying.
Let's
get
do
off
it.
the hook. No.
I finished everything in front of me.
I don't
That's
even
all
know what
that
time is
matters.
it.
We are looking at 8:15. Not bad.
Probably should wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up. All right, that ends this episode. Episode 15, 16, could be 17. We don't know. It doesn't matter.
Trousers.
This is the Last Supper.
Yeah, exactly.